welcome to another episode of Really Broken Always. Bit of a different video. It was supposed to be a walk and talk kind of thing with obviously the changes and different bits and pieces I've got for the Landrover, but on nipping out to go and get some parts literally just now, the clutch decided to go, which is great. So I believe the hydraulics have gone now. I've never changed them, and the way the pedal is, I'm getting pedal at the bottom, not the top, as all a free play. The biting points move directly to the bottom. I'm erring on the side that that's going to be the hydraulics. So I have now just nipped out to our local Landrover specialist, which is Paddock Spears, and got a brand new slave and a brand new master. So today's video, we're going to be fitting these. Right, so it's fairly simple. If it's anything like the MGB, it's really hard to lift the bonnet with one hand. Ah, there we go. Flick this all the way back, but all there is, there's an adjuster down here, it looks like. Then there's two bolts holding that on, and obviously the main pipe which goes to a flexi which we're changing, and then there's another flexi underneath that goes to the slave. So what we'll do is we'll get these pipes undone first, because these are the ones that are going to be liable to break and snap. Not too fussed if the adapter goes, because I've already got one. I just took the cap off that, and the fluid is disgusting. The first thing is, let's see if we can crack that union off. Get the spanner right, Nathan. Oh, that's tight. That's that 12. Penetrating fluid. Probably been in a while. Right. Give that 5 minutes. Right. Back in a moment when I get that off. Before we do that, look how bad that fluid is. It is disgusting. The camera is picking it up. Let's zoom in. I mean, that's not shadows, that is how dark it is. It's disgusting. So that wouldn't have been doing the seals any good. Right, I'll continue getting these ones undone. Next is the capping. So we can release it from the brake pedal, I believe. If I get a socket under there. Again, I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but there is all sludge in the bottom of it. I'm shocked this thing even worked alright in the first place. I mean, it probably, with a rebuild kit, it'd probably be alright, but ugh. Glad it's been changed out. And the nice new one. So let's get the rod adjusted. Just going to do this by eye, and then we can fettle it once it's in about right, and see, there's about right. Yeah, give or take a few mil either way. It's not got a bent rod for now. Right, the next one is the flexi union, but you can't quite see it. So, which is the one that goes from the hard line to the flexi, which is this. But I need to get the old one off. Wish me luck. Right, so that's off. So now, if I can get the camera to go down there, the pipe is that pipe you can just see running down the black one. And it runs down don't think it's connected to, yeah, it's anything. Well, I don't think it's actually retained onto the chassis or anything. Just goes straight into the back of the slave cylinder. So we could take that out in one piece, I think. Just check what bolts they are. About 15 or something like that. Get them off and pull it all the way out. Whether that pipe's actually any good. Let's have a look. Oh, I don't know if you can actually see it. She's there. So let's just get them bolts undone and pull her out. I just pulled it out and there's fluid coming out the end, so I wonder if it's that that's gone, which was the cause of the problem. Wouldn't be surprised. Okay. That came off relatively easy. Oh. The pipe is part of it though. Can we get it to not take the pipe? I think it's just going to rip that pipe off. It's no biggie. One dead one. I'm going to have to fit the pipe to it, unless I can get that free somehow. Don't really fancy like making that. Not that it's particularly hard one to make. Now let's have a look. I've got anything. A bit of a big diameter. Let's not cause ourselves issues. I'll give it a dousing of more fluid. Found that I couldn't fit this because of that the rod that goes through there with the pipe on, because it was jamming it up. So what I'm going to do is attempt to fit this and then put the pipe on. Right, now this is off, and easier for me to do it because I can actually turn that. We'll start to put it back in. Let's set you down. I don't know. No, you're not going to see from there, are you? Feed that through that. Right, so I'm just going to go in, undo the bleed nipple, and then we can put the easy bleed on and see whether that actually works. And I've just left some brake fluid on my wing, so I've just took some of the paint off, but it's not a problem. Right, so I've got the easy bleed on. Go down underneath. See if we can attach this pipe and get this ear out. So guys, that thing just wouldn't bleed up. I've tried reverse bleeding it, as you'll see the oil can down there, so from the bottom upward. Tried doing the traditional way, pedal locking off, you know what I mean, like you do the brakes. I've even used an easy bleed, still nothing. There's just no pedal whatsoever, and that's a new master, a new slave. Changed the slave because I've got a spare, still nothing. I was going to message Paddocks where I got it from to say there's some from the master, I need to send it back, please send me another one. I didn't go for the cheapy version either, so something's not quite right. But the fact there's no pedal there, but anybody with a good eyesight might see I've removed this. Now that is the cover plate for the gearbox. Shall I show you what I found? Come with me on a little adventure. So as you can see, centre panels are out, and I've taken the pleasure of taking that cap off as I've shown you earlier, and can you see that? There we go. All that crap that is around the input shaft of the gearbox.
Yes, that isn't supposed to be there. Now what looks like, it looks like wire, but I think that's actually the bearing carrier. I won't know until I've got it out, but that's a bearing carrier. It's obviously got tighter and tighter, and it's just ripped itself out. But basically, that's a gearbox out job. The throw out bearing, clutch release bearing, whichever part of the planet you're on, has failed. Didn't make any noise, just happened just suddenly at one point, but then, as everyone keeps telling me, it's 200 TDI, I wouldn't have heard it anyway. But if you look, the gearbox is all a bit manky anyway. Underneath, it's just covered in sand and everything else, so I wouldn't be surprised if a previous owners took it into a quarry and the sands basically act as grinding paste inside to that bearing. I haven't ordered anything yet because I'm going to take it out and I want to inspect the clutch. Obviously, you can see that the pressure plate is rusty, so that pressure plate's probably old anyway. Why you're doing this job, it's got to come out, which means all that's got to come out. You might as well just do any seals and everything else you can, because you don't really want to be revisiting it. So this has all got to come out. To be honest, that's going to be another video. The clutch bleeding took long enough, so I'll go on to another video and we'll get this out.